Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a testing new products video. Some of these products are brand new. I got some from Wet n Wild that I picked up off the Ulta app the other day. One thing from Milani. I got a few new things to me from Laurel Mercier, from Fenty, and then a few of these Cut Creaser collab water paints with by Milo Lopes. So I just thought we'd dive in and do some cool, everyday, easy graphic liner tutorial jazzy things with makeup. You might hear some stuff in the background. My family is taking down the Christmas tree right as we speak. We're going to start off with a spray from Milani. I haven't used this on camera because typically in my everyday makeup right now, it's pretty much just like a priming spray. I'll put some moisturizer on, some brows, some mascara, and then some highlight. So I've been really loving the Milani Rose Water Spray. And then I saw that they have this new one. So this is the first product we're going to try together. This is the Supercharged Revitalizing Facial Mist. And it has like a little orange, and the whole thing is bright orange. So I'm assuming it's going to smell like an orange. Yep. It smells just like High C. Like the drink. Damn, now I really want some High C. This smells so good. It has ginseng and citrus extracts. I mean, like, it really woke me up. Maybe instead of using my rose water, I'll use this to wake me up for my early morning shifts. One of the products here that is technically new because I have not been making YouTube videos. I haven't used this on my channel, but I've used this in YouTube videos, is this other thing from Milani. They've been a standout brand for me recently. This is the Rose Primer Prep and Hydrate Lightweight Base. This is a very nice moisturizing primer. I've been using it if I'm not using the Tarte base tape, and I really like how hydrating it is. It comes out looking kind of like a clay mask, but it's not, and a little goes a long way, so I feel like this tube will last you a long time. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it's an interesting smell mixing rose and orange. I don't hate it. Now we're gonna get into the complexion products, and this is what I bought for like this video really. So I was browsing the Ulta Just Arrived section because I do that when I'm bored, and I saw this. This is a tinted moisturizer from Wet n Wild. It's the tinted hydrator, the Bare Focus one. I got this shade Porcelain, which is the lightest shade, and it is significantly darker than my skin, is way pinker than I imagined and much deeper, so I'm hoping it shears out to be something that I can actually wear. But I got excited for a tinted moisturizer because, you know, I'm not wearing foundation all that much anymore, and for something like, if I wanted to wear around the house, like I don't want a full coverage foundation. So I don't really know actually how to apply this. I'm gonna use a sponge. Oh, it just comes out. And I guess I'll just kind of dot it on the face like I do any other. This is so deep. How is this porcelain? In what world? And this is also kind of very orange. This could be a disaster. So I'm just going to pounce this into the skin. I'm using a Real Technique sponge. Here's the thing. I can already see it shearing out, and the color obviously shearing out, so it's not as offensively orange and not as offensively deep. I would say it is sheer to light coverage. To start off, I typically like a more medium coverage foundation just because I have some hyperpigmentation, and it seems to be covering that a little. But I feel like when I look in the mirror, I have a stripe of like pink because I have a neutral undertone. This is like the wrong undertone for my skin, even though porcelain is typically a more neutral undertone, and on the website it looked very neutral to me. I'm just gonna drag it down a little bit and hope. I'm gonna try letting it sit on my nose because my nose is my problem area on my face. It is severely hyperpigmented. It's always red. I like wearing a mask because you can't see the redness on my nose. I'm very self-conscious about it. So I'm just gonna let that sit there and see if that gives me any extra coverage while I finish applying this to my forehead. Alright, so on first application, this is what it looks like. Let me zoom you guys in. So this is what my skin is looking like. I don't have any filters on this camera or anything, so this is exactly what it is. I do have some acne coming on around because it's that time of the month. It did cover most of my hyperpigmentation on my nose and most of it on my cheeks as well, but it is still peeking through just a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with another layer and see if it layers on itself and how it layers on itself. I didn't expect a lot of coverage. Obviously, it's a tinted moisturizer, but I was hoping for just a little teensy bit more. Okay, so it did build up on itself better than I expected, but I feel like I have a mask of pink on my face. When you build it up, the undertone just kind of intensifies, and I feel like the orangeness of it, it's not reading on camera. It actually looks really nice on camera, but in person, it kind of feels like I have a thin veneer of Oompa Loompa on me. The coverage is, however, really nice, especially when you build it up. The skin still looks really like skin. It's super dewy. So that is that. I guess I'm not doing a wear test on this because I'm just gonna be home, so it wouldn't truly get, you know, a real chance. And I will not be doing any wear tests while COVID's happening because I'm not wearing my mask outside. So the next product that's new is this Megalast Incognito concealer from Wet n Wild. They have another concealer, and I used to use this as my eye base for like 2 years straight because it was really affordable and it was really good for, I felt like, eyeshadow. But I always wanted it to be light enough, first of all, to use as a actual concealer, and I just felt like it looked a little funky. It did have that same kind of undertone problem that I'm having with this, that it looks orange in person. But this one is like a really good shade for me. This is a traditional like doe foot applicator. Nothing super special about it. Let's see if the formula is special. I'm putting quite a lot on because I don't know how this will look, and I'm also kind of trying to balance out the the pink that is my undertone right now. Put some on my nose. That looks like a lot. That looks really nice. I mean, I think you can tell really when I have the concealer on how different and like how light it is compared to the foundation. I'm going to just run over this part of the concealer with whatever tinted moisturizer is left, just to kind of meld that into one another to make it look a little bit more natural and less like I have ghostly white eyes. The coverage for this concealer is actually really good. It covers most of my darkness on the first application. Typically when it comes to like more affordable mascaras like this, I like to leave it sitting where my bag is just to give it enough time to like coagulate and set down a little bit before I blend it out, which typically gives it more coverage. But this combo actually looks really nice. The foundation was so dewy, well, the tinted moisturizer was so dewy that I feel like this is more of a satiny finish, which really toned down the look so it didn't look like I was actually sweating. Now it just looks like I have a really nice shine. It looks like my face is satin, which I really enjoy. And I'm excited to see, you know, how powders apply on top of this. So I'm just going to set my face with my Laurel Mercier translucent setting powder. I also have not used this on camera before because I just got it. I have a big Ulta haul I will link down below. I just spent all my Ulta rewards points and one of my purchases was this powder, so I'm damn sure going to use it. The only thing is this concealer creases right away. So I'm just going to blend it top my eye and then set it because we're going to do some graphic liner on top of it. I gotta say I'm really happy with how these two look together. Super nice. That looks great. It has not at this point oxidized. Kind of what you see is what you get. It is still quite noticeable because my neck is so fair and also so neutral that this bit right here is quite noticeable. So I'm just going to use a throwback product. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Mine is in the shade Bronzer. And I'm just going to warm up the skin a little bit. And I emphasize a little bit because she's already a little bit darker than we're used to. And I'm just taking this on a huge It Cosmetics 225. This is like a rounded complexion brush. Products are actually like blending really well on top of these because I didn't set obviously like my cheeks and my face. I think they're coming off really pigmented as well. Like, I don't remember this bronzer being so pigmented right off the bat, you know? For blush today, I'm going to use a cream blush from ColourPop. This is the blush stick in the shade Aloha. And I think, oh, this may be so expired. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and blend it in with the finger. I've set this, like, I put this over set powders before and it doesn't like stick down funny. Yeah, it's blending really well on top of these products. That's why I really do love these blushes. Alright, so we got a little blush going on. Again, this blush I love this formula of these cream blushes. They blend so well over powder on their own. I used to use them back before the pandemic when I didn't have to wear a mask when I did my no makeup. So nice. Okay, we're going to now go in with a highlighter. This is not new or anything. This is the Persona Cosmetics Laguna highlighter. It's one of my absolute favorites of all time. It is this beautiful iridescent-y white gold, I would say. It's not too gold because you guys know I'm not a big gold highlight fan. But it's just such a nice sheen. So good. I think I'm painfully aware that I don't usually not have my brows on when I put on blush and highlighter because it looks like I'm wearing a lot of blush, at least in the viewfinder, and in person, like, it doesn't. I'm going to do my brows next, and only because I do have a new brow product. Now, Wet n Wild came out with a new brow pencil, and unfortunately that was sold out on the Ulta website, but they also came out with a brow sensitive shaping gel. That's what it's called, brow sensitive brow gel. And I picked up the shade Clear. I'm always so caught off guard with what my brows look like with pencil in them because they're so different than when they don't have any pencil, like when it's a brow flicky product. Alright, so I just opened up this tube, and this reminds me a lot of the ColourPop Brow Boss Brow Gel, which I love with all my heart. It looks white instead of clear. So let's see if it does the same thing as the ColourPop one, where it kind of coats it but goes away. Wow, okay. Okay, there's a lot of product that got placed there. I don't know how to like rub some of this off, I guess. Girl. That's so much. Let's try to go back over that and take away some of the product. Oh no. Maybe try transferring some of this to the other brow. Oh my god, that was so much product on that. I don't even know how to get rid of this now. Like, come off my brow, would you? Alright, here's the deal. The actual gel itself, like what is it doing? You know, what it's doing to my brows is exactly what I want. They're very lifted. They feel like they're going to stay there for a while. The white cast did pretty much go away. But the problem is the stopper is not really good on this. So you get a chunk of product on the brush, and it just coats them to a kind of an unreasonable degree. And it's really hard to get it off. So I'm going to try next time to just like wipe off most of the product, because this feels comparable to the ColourPop Brow Boss Brow Gel I love so much. It's just like, oh, well, maybe they're already falling down. Let me try to just, maybe it's because I have too much product in them. I don't really even know. We're gonna come back to this later, but right now I'm undecided on this product. Alright, I'm gonna move on to something that I've used, but I haven't used with you guys. These are the water inks. This was a collab with Cut Creaser, and I saw a makeup artist do this look where he kind of like went straight out and then had this like really beautiful wing. But it was like really angular. And so I decided to do, I want to do the 3 colors. So I'm going to make the green go into the yellow that go into the green. What? I'm going to make the white go into the yellow that goes into the green. So she also came out with some brushes. So I'm going to be using the C4, the C2, and the C1 brush. They're all pretty small. This is like a regular angled brush, but these two are incredibly tiny. So I'm going to get this pretty saturated with pigment, with product, with color. And then I'm just going to start from right near my like tear duct and just make a line up, so pray for me. Okay. One turned out angular. Good. Okay, I'm just tracing out at this point because I'm going to go back with different colors. I'm going to thicken it a little bit. But that's the gist of it. It's become very clear to me that I can't do both talk and do it, so I'm just going to speed this bit up for you. So bear with me because I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see. This shade that I started with is called 3000. Like, I know she's like an Avengers theme, so like, I love you 3000. This is Gauntlet, like the Infinity Gauntlet. And then we're going to go into the shade, I don't think I've actually used this one before, Smash. It's this really pretty bright green. So I'm going pretty far out because I'm going to have to connect these two together. That's such a gorgeous color. Oh god. So this is a basic outline of what I got here. I'm still learning the ways of the liner. So my hand's kind of shaky still, and you know, my lines aren't perfectly straight still, but that's okay. I'm learning every day, and I really enjoy, you know, every moment that I get to spend doing graphic liner. It feels like the most me of makeup. I used to be very into like neutrals and doing, you know, not all that much with my makeup, but ever since I discovered like editorial looks, I've really like come into realizing how much I love doing stuff like that. It is like a creative outlet for me. So we're going to go back in with this one. No, we're going to go back in with the yellow one, and I think that's how we're going to connect both of them together. We're going to try to blend them into each other. So I'm taking the C1 brush, which is like super, absolutely tiny. I don't even think you can see it. It's a little nubbin. Cool. So I'm going to take some of this while I have this little tiny one and go onto the lid here and just kind of mesh that into the wing we got going on. I think I'm just going to place it right on top of the green. So I have the green line here, and I'm just placing the yellow right on top of it. I think I really like that. And just like we did with the yellow on top of the green, I'm going to do the white, and instead of like melding it into each other, I'm going to go right on top of the yellow. And then I just decided I'm going to connect the white here to give it like a little inner corner pop. I'm kind of super happy with that. I think what I'm going to do is this little bit here, I don't have them super connected. I'm going to take this little brush yet again and go back into that green shade, which is Smash. I'm going to just connect it there. That's what I've decided to do. And then I'm going to take a new product. Again, to me, it's not new in the world of makeup, but it is this mini from Fenty Beauty. This is the How Many Carats little glitter topper thing. And I'm just taking it on a Moda brush. I'm packing up this brush with it because it's just pretty much like a beautiful little shimmer. And we're just going to dust that on the inside here. So see, it has that really pretty shift to it. The next thing we're going to try out, which is new to me, is this little mascara mini by Laurel Mercier. This is the Caviar Volume Mascara, and this is in the shade Black. I'm just going to do the top lashes first because I have not done the bottom stuff. The lower lash line, anything on it yet. So, but I feel like I'll feel more like a person with lashes on the top lash, and I already do. This is such an interesting little brush because have you ever seen like a vacuum cleaner brush where like it's only bristles like kind of in a cylindrical way? Like it's, oh God, how do I explain this? It's like if you take a cylinder and in 4 ways you like wrap it around diagonally. That's exactly what this brush looks like, but it's actually being really effective in picking up a lot of my lashes and making my lashes look really nice and long. So for the lower lash line, I'm actually going to take the LA Girl Shock Wave eyeliner in the shade Gotcha. And I'm also going to smudge this on the lower lash line, so I'm going to get a little close there. So we got this nice, really green under eye look going. I did not bring something to smudge that out with, so instead I'm going to use my finger, which is kind of what I've been liking to do lately. This mascara is really good. I don't know if it smudges or how long wearing it is or if it flakes, but I'm in love with this brush. I did just try to put a second layer on top of the lashes, and it doesn't look like it's a good mascara to double up on. But those are the lashes. Those are the eyes. I feel kind of really fierce. And the last thing that's pretty new is what came with the Diamond Glow Powder. This is a little mini fussy. It's a Fenty lip gloss. I like the lip gloss formulas. I'm just going to put underneath it, where'd my lip liner go? Here it is. From LA Girl, this is the Ultimate Stay Auto Lip Liner in the shade Nonstop Nude. I love these lip liners. And now to top that with the gloss. And then we're done. Wow. So juicy. Alright, let me take down my hair and we'll kind of go through how I felt about these new Wet n Wild products. Alright. I love this. Pretty much how I feel about these products is I really like the concealer. I think the concealer is the standout product. It reminds me a lot of my Catrice concealer, and I think it's a little bit more affordable than my Catrice concealer. It's really good coverage. Honestly, even the tinted moisturizer, when it dried down, it's still tacky. But when it dried down, I feel like it lost some of its orange flavor. So I'm going to continue to use it and see how it goes. It looks so nice and natural on the skin. It doesn't cover up my skin. Obviously, it's a tinted moisturizer, but it gives it enough coverage that I'm really cool with it. And yeah, I even really love the mascara, and I really love this mist. The only thing I'm like iffy about is that brow gel, which I'll try again, but let me see if it kept my brows up. It didn't really keep my brows up, so I don't know about that one. But yeah, guys, that completes this video. Thank you guys for going on with me with a get ready with me for some new products. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.